Alright, what's going on, guys? Bricks in the Hood. You already see it. I got this guy for, I got him for a deal. Believe it or not, my wife picked him up for $5 Canadian. I don't know where she went. Wherever that she went, she picked it up for $5. She picked up, I believe it was 3 of them. We sold 2 of them, and I wanted to keep this one because, Masters of the Universe, He-Man. I grew up with this guy. I was not going to pay retail for him. Don't ask me why. For whatever reason, I have seen him in stores, and I never looked at him and be like, I'm going to get this guy. But I did watch Masters of the Universe, He-Man, when I was younger in the 90s. Obviously, this is a much more, newer version because it does have right here a Netflix original series. So, they based the character on this dude Netflix. But my wife picked him up. And I kept him. I kept this one. If I ever run into Skeletor, I might pick him up depending on what the price. I'm not a huge collector of Masters of the Universe or He-Man. I did watch him when I was younger, but not something that I was really into growing up. But I did watch him, so I do remember and I do know who he is. But I'm going to open them today, and let's take a look at what he has to offer. So before we open him up, this is him in the box right here. You got He-Man himself, you got his sword, you got his shield, and just by looking in the box, you see he has 2 different type of, extra hands. But let's go ahead and open them up, and let's see. But if you want to, you can see this right here. It says right there, He-Man. A little bit of description about, I guess, about himself. Who he was. And I don't know, I guess that's it. Who he was, what he was doing. He was fighting evil, but I'm not going to read all that. You could pause the video, read this. I guess this set came with, other figures as well. Obviously, I got He-Man. You got the Moss Man. You got Skeletor. You got Evil Lyn. I don't have any of those figures, but this is the one I want. I wouldn't say I want, but if I run into him for the right price, I would get him, just to get a good guy and a bad guy. But this isn't a figure that I would originally get. But I do have him, so let's open him up and let's see. Okay, so there you go, box. Nothing behind. Let's get rid of it. Usually some of these boxes have some crazy or a diorama type look background, but this is just something simple. It looks like it's just stone. Doesn't really look like stone, but this is what they give you. So let's go ahead. Let's look at He-Man himself. The box, I probably won't keep the box, but I will keep him. Sometimes I do keep the box, sometimes I don't. It really depends on how I feel that it would look in the space that I have. But You know, the box itself doesn't look doesn't really look that nice. So I might just throw the box and keep him. So let's get rid of all this and let's start with him. So I do apologize to all, you know, the Masters of the Universe He-Man fans out there. I'm not the greatest. Don't know how he should look like. You know, obviously this head sculpt is not what I remember. So he's probably from the Netflix series, and just looking at him, you know, the paint app looks good. You know, his face looks good. Like, you put him far away. You know, maybe his head is a little bit too small for the body. So, you know, that's the first flaw that I see. I might be wrong, but just by looking at it, the proportion of his body, you know, his legs, his arms, and his head looks kind of small. But, you know, He-Man was a big guy, so, you know, it might be normal. I don't have any other He-Man figures to compare him to, so I can't really say, you know, if it's normal or not. But as far as just the head sculpt itself, you know, the hair, the paint app, you know, looks pretty good. You know, his articulation right there. You know, you got his double jointed, I'm guessing. His elbows, his arms. You know, looks like a wrestler almost, like his biceps right there. You know, and just so you know, they're pinless. So it looks good. But just the figure itself looks good. Look at his torso, how it moves up and down, side to side. You know, you'll be able to pose him however you like. His leg here spins. Same with this side right there. You know, his knees pinless as well, double jointed. This is how high it goes. Even his ankle. Like, you'll probably be able to pose him quite a bit. So, same with this. There you go. You know, he got some, you know, gymnastic skills over here. And same with this. Spins, rotates. You know, let's look at some detail over here. I don't even know what to call this. His, you know what? I'm at loss for words. Usually, if I've seen a lot of people, you know, they edit this stuff, but for me, I'm not really gonna edit anything. So his trunks, I guess you could say. You know, you got his forearm shield here. I'm guessing that's what it's called. Closed fist. You know, obviously his wrists go up and down. But because his fist is closed, I'm just gonna leave him like this. You know. Oh, maybe there you go. Now, I'm going to put him to the side. And let's go see his accessories. His sword. You know, I would have liked more metallic on his sword, but it's just a little bit of gray. You know, he does have the handle there where it's brown. Looks pretty nice. But if you look at the paint there, it's shiny silver here. And then where it cuts off and it's just matte gray. You know, I'm not sure you can see it on there, but that's how it is. You do have his hands here. Open hands. I assume it's for holding the sword and the shield. So you got those there. And you do have his shield. I think they lacked a lot of detail on this, but you know, it is a shield. I think they could have done more, you know, could have done a little bit of bronze right here on these little rivet marks here, but you know, if you're one of those type that can do it themselves, you know, you might be able to blackwash it, give it a little bronze, make it look, you know, like it's been into battle. But this is what the shield looks like. I'm going to change the hands here. So it looks like he's holding his sword. Let's pose him. And if I do ever get the Skeletor, I will make a unboxing of him as well. Oh man, come on. Okay, so there, you got him holding his sword. And I guess, you know, it doesn't matter. There you go. You know, you got him holding his shield. Like that. And that's a pretty, let's fix him a little bit. There you go. And there you have it. Looks pretty sick. You know, what I really want is the VHS. I'm looking for a VHS of a He-Man. Can't find it right now, but hopefully one of these days I'm going to run into it. But the figure itself, you know, looks pretty good. Right, like, look at him. Look how muscular his looks. You know, you got his back right there. Look at all those muscles in the back. His triceps. His legs. You know, so this guy was a strong person. He was a warrior. But this is He-Man. Right, there was really not much. Not a lot of accessories. It's just the basic. But hope you enjoyed the video. You know, like, subscribe, and hopefully I can find Skeletor the next time and I'll do an unboxing of him. But other than that, this is him right here. I like him. Detail could have been a little bit more, but because it was a Netflix special, you know, there's things that what I grew up with and how it is now is changed a little bit. So, but until next time, Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.